That took a minute to get rolling on the camera there. Whatever.
Yeah, his
But
computer sucks sometimes.
anyway, welcome to playoff predictions. It is the second week of playoffs, divisional round.
Yeah, we got to catch up on Pixo Pain again, Week 17 and Wildcard Weekend.
Should we
Interesting
even-
Wildcard Weekend, though.
Should we even do week 17 though? Because no one watches this shit.
It's an excuse to drink, so obviously. Yeah, see?
Whatever you say, man.
My liver thanks you.
All right. So wildcard weekend, you were saying, was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. Went 4 for 6. We both did. Meaning if you bet $20 on each of our picks, you would have won money. I bet $100 on that Browns game. That was awesome.
Dude, the first play was awesome.
It was beautiful. But sadly, we don't do the recaps in this one. Can we do a little bit of a recap? First and foremost, I didn't think the Rams would win. And I wasn't too surprised the Ravens won, but I was surprised it was low scoring.
I was surprised that game was low scoring,
Mm-hmm.
actually. 20-13, not very... I thought it'd be in the 30s.
I thought it'd be like 36-41.
Mm-hmm.
The Seahawks, I'm surprised, went out with a whimper. But
I'm not surprised at all Tampa Bay beat Washington, but
No.
I wasn't surprised Washington kept it close.
no, I was happy to see Heineke perform. That was pretty cool. The Bears, I don't even think they put up as good of a fight as they're saying. A lot of
No,
people are trying
no.
to say like the Saints looked washed after that game. I don't think they tried, and they still won by 2 scores.
No,
so.
the Bears defense performed well, but the Bears offense...
I really don't think the
sad.
Saints tried. Like, I don't think they put in a lot of effort, and they still won.
That was our 100% pick. That was like our lock of the week. Like, we are 100% sure that the Saints are not losing to the Bears.
Yeah,
They scored 3 points.
yeah. They were a 10-point spread. I should have put
Oh,
money on that. It was easy.
Okay, who else? Was that it?
Well, let's see. There's the frickin' Brown Steelers, Rams Seahawks, Ravens Titans,
That was it.
Bills
Saints.
Colts.
That game was all right.
Yeah, it
I
was
kind
kinda
of thought the
boring.
Colts were kind of stupid for going for it on 4th down from like the Bills' 5-yard line or whatever it was. I thought they should have just kicked a field goal. But
It was interesting late, is all it really was. It wasn't the greatest playoff game I ever saw, but at the end it was interesting. But cool. All right, and on that note, who should we discuss first? We got the 8 finalists of the playoff season.
Yay.
What way do we discuss this?
let's go with the AFC first. Browns and the Chiefs. Can the Browns possibly upset the Chiefs?
No.
I agree with you. However, I do find it a little interesting that the Chiefs did take 3 weeks off for the starters and you'd be a little rusty. I know the Ravens did that and the Packers did that one year where like, you just go 15-1 or 14-2 and rest your starters and then you come out rusty and get upset, but
Although it does happen, it does not happen as often as you think.
it doesn't happen often.
A 1 seed will still typically slay even after the bye. Home team advantage. The Chiefs are the best team in the NFL. If I had to put a percent on it, I'd give it 10% to the Browns. I do think they're a good team. I think they have the chance to perform. They might even keep it closer than I expect, but I expect the Chiefs to run away with it. I'm thinking like, I don't know, 40-30 type score. I think it'll be
Okay.
surprisingly high scoring, but
Should be. I'm expecting high scoring, but I think the Browns probably should lose by like at least 2 touchdowns.
yeah. But I do think it'll be a good game. I think maybe it'll be close and then the Chiefs like pull away at the end.
I'd give it the same percentage about as you did, about
Yeah.
10% chance that the Browns upset the Chiefs. Like it's not impossible, but it's not probable.
No.
So even though I'd like that to happen, for like the way it would happen is if the Browns offense just gets rolling, like their run game is just unstoppable and Baker Mayfield just keeps them honest, throwing the ball deep on play action.
Yeah, pretty much.
And their defense makes like 3 or 4 stops. Like just gets them in the punt a few times. Because you can't shut down the Chiefs offense.
No, Andy Reid's too smart
Just
for
get
that.
him to punt a few times. And you can win the game.
Well, the thing is even the best defenses in the NFL can't stop the Chiefs. We were the closest they came, and they still dropped 33 on us. And we got them to
hard to
turn
do it.
the ball over 4 times. They're just
But
that
there's
prolific.
been other defenses that have been held on to like 17, 20 points this year, though.
I think that was just the Broncos one time.
No, the Falcons did it.
Oh, yeah. That was weird.
So
They were kind of sleeping on them,
like
I think.
maybe, but
But I don't expect them to sleep on the Browns, so I'll still, say, take... What do you think the spread is on the Chiefs-Browns?
I don't know.
If it's,
Probably 10 at least.
I'd take that. I really would.
I think they could beat him by 10.
If it's 7, I'll take it definitely.
But if it's like 20, I'm like, fuck no. I'm not touching that shit.
That's a bit crazy. On that note, so you really want to talk about the Ravens and the Bills, do you?
Yeah, sure.
Bills are a scary team. Actually, looking into the match, it's actually a lot better offset than you'd think. Defensively, offensively, rushing, passing, penalties, turnover margin, third down percentage, time of possession, they actually match up almost identically, and the spots that the Bills are better than the Ravens defense is better in that sense than the Bills defense. And it basically, like, say, the Bills passing game, Ravens have a good passing defense. Ravens have a good, like, fourth down conversion. Bills have a good stop percentage. So, like, it's all perfectly offset.
They match up very well. The only thing I think the Ravens would have an advantage in is they have a very good run defense, whereas the Bills don't have a very good, run offense. The Bills don't have a very good run defense. However, these teams match up very well. Yeah, like what he was saying, like anything that the Ravens do good, the Bills do good defensively. Anything the Bills do good offensively, the Ravens do good defensively. Yeah. So they match up. I think, it might be even better matchup than the Ravens Titans. Like they just equal each other out. Like this is going to be a pretty equal game. Like honestly, dude, this is a coin flip.
It really is. I'd still give the edge to the Bills, but I just think there's something magic with them going on this year. I think they have been riding a crazy high momentum ever since they lost the Chiefs, and that was back in week 5. They've lost one game since then. That was on an actual, honest-to-God miracle that'll be talked about till the end of time. Like, doesn't matter their opponents. Even if they're a bad team, they are crushing them, and if it's a good team, they're beating them soundly. I think that last week they were a little sloppy against the Colts, but I think...
It was a playoff game.
Yeah, I think they're fine, and I'll just give them the edge slightly just because it's in Buffalo. I know it's going to be a little bit snowy, they say. 15-mile-per-hour winds might be enough to make a little bit of a difference. I don't know.
Dude, I could say the same thing for the Ravens, though, because ever since Lamar Jackson came back from COVID, like, they haven't lost.
Yeah.
They're running on, like, a 7-game win streak right now.
This is one of those ones where you try and take stats into it, and you're not really going to find anything. You're not going to find your, what would it be, like, golden goose or whatever.
No.
There's not, like, that eureka moment. It just comes down to guts and coin toss.
It'll just be whoever plays better that day.
Yeah,
so
straight up.
I'll go with my team. I'll go with the Ravens. I think they could win this game. I think they match up well. The Bills match up well.
Yeah,
I respect the shit out of the Bills. I think they're very good, but I think the Ravens are also very good. So
this will be one of the 2 games of the week. So yeah.
Sure. All right, let's move on to the NFC.
Let's talk about the one that's going to be boring, probably. Green Bay and the Rams.
You think it's going to be boring?
I do. Aaron Rodgers is playing out of his mind. He's probably the most deserving person to be the MVP, and I don't think the Rams are good, man. I just think
their defense is spectacular.
They are, but I just think they know how to play their division better than anyone else in the league. Honestly, they got lucky playing the Seahawks. I don't think they could have beaten most other teams in this playoff slate. Some of them, sure. They are a deserving playoff team.
Maybe.
But
maybe
you tell
if
me
Jared
that
Goff was a little healthier.
Yeah, you tell me if Jared Goff with a broken thumb or Walford, like, I just don't like that. There's no pizzazz there.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like their defense. Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey are crazy good, but are you good enough to stop a red-hot Packers offense? I mean, they might be a little rusty because they are coming off the bye, but they didn't rest their starters in Week 17, so I kind of feel like they're just going to kill the Rams.
And the Packers are one of the better home teams in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And the Rams are not even arguably a cold weather team. So
okay, I don't think the Rams are going to get killed, but I think Green Bay wins by like 11 points minimum. So.
I don't think this is a game that'll be close. I really don't.
11 points, I'd say. What about you?
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Maybe 8.
Okay.
But like that, you could argue I'm being disrespectful. My buddy's a Rams fan, so I kind of am because he talks a lot of shit. But, the Rams don't stand a chance, so I wouldn't even... I'd put the 10% on it, just like
unless Jared Goff's thumb is just A-okay and is 100%, but being in the cold, like, just shit hurts worse in the cold.
Yep.
Like, if you get hurt or, like, fall down or something, it hurts worse when it's, like, on ice or it's cold out.
Yeah.
How's it going to feel like
I just
throwing so many times with a broken thumb? Like, that shit sucks.
Nah, I just don't think the Rams got the firepower. I could look like an ass next week, but I'm willing enough to say I won't be, so.
Okay.
And last one, we got the second most interesting one. We got the Saints and the Bucks. It's not the most interesting for the sake of competition, though. It's most interesting because we get to see Tom Brady cry like a little bitch.
I was reading online about some people thinking that the Bucks could actually upset the Saints. And it's
Why?
I don't know why.
How?
They got clapped, like, bad.
Both times.
Oh, they scored 6 points.
Brady
combined.
threw more interceptions in those 2 games than Breeze has on the year.
The Saints just know how to play him, man. Like, I don't think the Bucks stand a chance in hell.
They don't.
I mean, maybe it's like a Browns playing the Chiefs right now. It's like 10%.
Honest to God, the refs love Tampa Bay. So
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
The Tampa Bay Gronkaneers.
Like, the refs will try and pull for the Bucks, but you can only fix a game so much for this level of disparity. This is the same team that went into Tampa Bay, put up 37 points straight, and then the Bucks kicked a meaningless 2-minute field goal. Like, come on. They almost got shut out at home.
It was to avoid a shutout.
Yeah, and this is the matchup where people say, oh, did they really steal the Super Bowl shot between Breeze and Brady? Why would you do that? This game will be why. Because they've been trying to make Brady the GOAT for years, and, well, he's about to play him.
How did the Buccaneers beat Green Bay?
I don't know. I don't care. Doesn't matter.
I just want to know that. Like, they beat them, and it just makes me wonder, because they've only beaten on bad teams besides Green Bay.
Yes.
And every time they played good teams, they've gotten smashed. I mean, maybe, like, it's a work in progress, and, it takes a little bit to figure it out, but I still feel like the Saints, up and down, like, special teams, defense, offense, is better. 100%.
They're a clear Super Bowl contender. This is the easiest week for picks where there's only really one hard game to call, and this ain't it. Give me the Saints easily.
Saints.
Give 10 points at least. Give me a better spread against the Bucks than the Saints had against the Bears. Honestly.
Straight up.
And also, if there's a spread for Tom Brady crying, give me that too.
What did the Bucks get shut out?
God, that'd be great.
That'd be so great.
How do you think the refs will pull for?
They will pull for Brady, but it won't matter.
Yeah. I'd have to agree with that. On that note, I think we're about good here.
All right.